Hello my dear students, here we meet again with another topic. Today we're going to have a cross-curricular topic and some workbook exercises. Here we have UNESCO. What do you know about UNESCO? What would you like to know? Think of 3 questions. Tell me, have you ever heard UNESCO on TV or in different books, or have you ever discussed about it in school? Well, UNESCO, everyone has the right to an education. This is the motto of UNESCO. What is it? It is an international organization connected to the United Nations, and I think it protects historic sites and helps to solve social problems. Now, what are some possible questions that you might have about UNESCO? Maybe you are curious to know what UNESCO stands for, or when was it set up and who by? Where are the UNESCO's head offices? For all these questions, we are going to attend the text together. So please listen to the text. During World War II, 1939, from 1939 to 1945, a number of the elite governments of European countries met in London to discuss ways of improving education after the war. They became very popular and took on a universal aspect. Later, in November 1945, a United Nations conference was held in London to discuss the matter further, and the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization was created. Its mission was to help build peace, wipe out poverty, and help countries to develop and communicate through education, the sciences and culture. Since then, the organization has worked to improve education worldwide, believing that it is the key to social and economic development. Today, the organization has 193 member countries with its headquarters in Paris. It strives to reduce poverty, promote peace and defend human rights, and celebrate diversity among the people of the world. It focuses on improving the standard of living in Africa and on reducing inequalities between men and women all over the world, but also does a lot of other work, including wildlife conservation and protecting the cultural heritage. So far, UNESCO has improved the lives of millions of people across the planet by providing them with education, as well as promoting freedom of expression, freedom of the press, and access to communication and information. It has founded and funded many humanitarian, scientific and cultural projects. It has also helped protect a number of historic monuments and natural habitats, including the Acropolis in Athens, Greece, the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, etc. UNESCO is a great example of how people all over the world can work together to improve the standard of living of all our fellow men and women. So, what does UNESCO stand for? As you could see from here, UNESCO stands for United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, right? So we have the initials of these words. What is it? What is its primary cause? It is that everyone has the right to an education. Through education, they want to promote peace, they want to defend human rights, they want to reduce inequalities between men and women. So these are some of the primary causes that UNESCO deals with. And now here we have the new vocabulary. What is allied? Belonging or relating to the countries that fought with the UK, France, the USA, etc. in the First and Second World War. Pra do tot aleat. Wipe out means to destroy completely, which means in Albanian të zhduk. Then we have government, a group of people in charge of controlling a country, while the Allied governments are the countries that fought with the UK, with France, the USA during the First and the Second World War. Headquarters are the main offices of the company, pra janë zyrat qendrore. Strive, it means to try hard, pra të përpiqesh shumë. Found, to establish or to set up. Të themeloj. Promote peace, to help develop harmony, pra të nxisësh paqen. Diversity, variety, shumëllojshmëri. Then we have reduce inequalities, which means to make the number of unfair situations in society become less. Then we have to defend, which means to protect, and defend human rights means to defend the basic freedoms of all people are entitled to. Then we have fund, to pay for. And now let's go on with an exercise related to the text. Here we have 5 questions. We are going to answer the questions so that to understand the text better. The first one, who created UNESCO? Do you remember from the text who created UNESCO? It was the United Nations. Why was UNESCO created? Actually, UNESCO was created to improve education after the war. What are the UNESCO's main objectives? Well, some of its objectives are to help build peace, wipe out poverty, to defend human rights, help countries to develop and communicate through education, science and culture. How does UNESCO protect cultural heritage? It has founded and funded many cultural projects and helped protect historic monuments and natural habitats. For UNESCO, what is the key to human development? And of course it is education. Here we have got some phrases that appeared in the text, but some words are omitted. We are going to use the words to complete the phrases. We have government, idea, popular, development, peace, human rights, heritage, of expression, monuments, improve the, of living. So let's use these words to complete the phrases. Governments. Do you remember from the text what was the word used in this phrase? It is allied governments, që do të thotë në shqip qeveri aleate. Then we have idea, popular. The idea became popular. Development. So what do you think? What word best describes here? It is economic development. Peace, which means to promote peace, to encourage people to peace. Then we have human rights, which means to defend human rights, which means to protect human rights. Then we have heritage, which is cultural heritage. Number 7, of expression, and it is freedom of expression, when you are free to express yourself. Monuments, historic monuments. And the last one, improve the, of living, which is standard of living. Your homework is to find out more information about what UNESCO does. You can visit this website, www.unescopeak.org. You have to take notes, to keep notes, and you can present these notes to your class. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this hour.